Hi guys, and welcome to my channel. Today we're going to be doing a simple t-shirt using my Cricut Air as well as my heat press, my Cricut heat press. It's a really easy project to do kind of once you get the hang of Cricut. Now I am by no means an expert. I'm actually quite new at using my Cricut. I've had it for a little while, but I've been kind of afraid to use it. I found it a little bit overwhelming, so after watching some tutorials, I just know the basics. So any tips or pointers that you may have for me, I would greatly appreciate them. Or if I'm doing something wrong and I could be doing it better, please do let me know. So let's get started. Actually, sorry, the two t-shirts that I'm going to be making are for my two little boys, my 4-year-old and my 2-year-old. Okay, so what I'm doing is actually I'm going on Google just to find an image that I would like to use. So my older guy is into Angry Birds right now. So I'm just showing you here how you would upload an image to your Cricut. So you would take an image on Google Images. I just searched up Angry Birds SVG. You don't even have to do the SVG. Then I screenshot it to what I need. Then I go to my Cricut here and make it full screen. And then I just add a new project. So there it is. And then I would go to, there's an upload on the left hand side. And then you would go to browse and you could either get something from your computer. This is where you upload from your computer. So then here I am, here's my image. You could choose complex, simple, or even moderately complex. So the moderately complex is, as you can see, they're changing a little bit. Simple is your best bet to go. Complex would be if you had an intricate design that you were doing a print and cut. And same with moderately complex. That would be something that's a little bit harder to cut and you want more of the details showing. So here is the image that you have to clean up now before you can cut it. So once you've done that, then you go here, and I usually just crop so I have a little bit less to clean up. This one is fairly easy, so it pretty much stays the same. Then I use this little tool here and I just press and that gets rid of the background. If I wanted to do the eyebrows, I can see that it does the whole thing, so I don't want to do that, so I just hit my little undo button here. And then I know that I want to get rid of this little part here, as well as the beak and the eyes. I do want to do the eyebrows, but I'm going to use my little eraser here to do them. They're not going to be perfect, because it's round and this is square, but they're going to be pretty good. I mean, to my satisfaction, I guess. So I'm going to do that, and then I can just hit the preview. Okay, great, I'm happy with that. So I also have to erase this little part here. Oops. So there's that, and make sure you hit hide preview, not back or anything like that, because your project disappears then. So you're going to hit hide preview, and then you're going to go to your next part where you choose whether it's a print or cut. Now I'm really curious if you guys have any ideas of if you have hit that back button and let's say you did an intricate design and it's disappeared and kind of reverted back to the original, if there's any way to get it back. I have no idea if you can or not, so I'm just wondering if you know that. So here's the part where you choose the print or cut or just cut. So the left hand side is the print and cut and the right hand is just cut. I am using print and cut because I want to make sure I remember which color is which. And you can always, if you've hit print and cut and then you just want to cut it when you're in your design space, like the actual project, you can revert to just cut, but you can't do it the other way around. So I'm just going to hit print and cut because like I said, I want to make sure I know which vinyl to use for which color of the bird because I don't know them all off by heart. So here we are, and then you're going to not hit upload image, but you're going to cancel out of there because we've already done this. So you're going to cancel out of there, and then you're going to pick your picture. So you have to hit upload again. You're going to pick your picture, and then you're going to hit the little right green button that says insert image. While we wait for that, I actually also want to do a template because I'm doing a t-shirt, and this just makes it easier for me to know the sizing at least, so I'm not making it too big for the project. So I'm going to pick a classic t-shirt. Then I actually forgot to do the size, so I'm just going to undo what I did here because I need to select the size because this would be a men's t-shirt and we are not making men's t-shirts. So I'm going to go back here again, So on the left hand side there's like a little button that says templates, and then you just scroll down to find what you need. Then up top here it says sizes, and I'm choosing toddler and 2T, so I'm just going to show you how I did one of the t-shirts. I've already done the design because it takes me a long time, so I'm just showing you how to do one. So this is how you would do it. You've got your little bird, then you have to size it out. Now, one thing I learned is that even though it looks fairly big on the t-shirt, it still is a little bit smaller than what that is. But, and again, maybe someone can weigh in on this. I've noticed that if I do really big designs, then once they wash, they kind of come off sooner than the other ones. Now, I did buy a different kind of vinyl. I'm going to put the link below to the vinyl that I used as well. I did buy a different kind of vinyl, so it might be the vinyl that's the issue. So you want to make sure when you've got your picture here that you selected mirror. If you didn't, it would look like this. You have to select mirror because for all the iron-on, you have to do the mirror button. And sorry, the cut and print would look like that. And sorry, I went ahead of myself. So I don't want to actually print it. So I'm going to hit cut again because I was telling you this before, so that it just does it this way. It doesn't look for me to print it. But I wanted to know so I knew what color of vinyl to use. So I know that it's red. Don't need the fill. So now I'm going to go here. And there's a button that says make it. And here is the picture. So you saw how it would look print and cut. And then you also want to make sure that you hit the mirror. Sorry, I went ahead of myself there. The mirror is something that you need to do when you're doing iron-on, because especially if you're doing writing, it'll look backwards if you don't do it. So I've hit the mirror. It just flips it off to the other side. It also will give you a warning on the next screen. But as you can see, it flipped it. So then I'm happy with that. If I was using, maybe the bottom half of a vinyl, you could move around that picture wherever you'd want it to be. But that's what it looks like on your mat. Then you have to wait for your Cricut to connect. Now, sometimes my Cricut does not connect. I'm not sure why. So sometimes I have to turn it off and on, and then it does. Maybe it's because it's Bluetooth or Wi-Fi, whatever. So it's just not connecting that way. I'm not sure. But it did connect this time. It just took a moment for it to do it because I had it off, so I had to turn it on, and then it just takes a minute. So you just have to be a little bit patient for it. If anyone has any ideas as to why it doesn't connect, let me know. So over here you can see that I've set the Cricut to iron-on material, so it does remind me to make sure that it's mirror. The mirror is on, and it's telling me I don't need any tools. All of these tools are, well, I just need the one tool, but that's always in my Cricut. I've only ever used the other tool that I've used is the marker because I don't know how to use the other ones. I'm still learning, like I said. And then once it's ready to go, once you've loaded your mat, you're going to press this little button when it flashes green. I have the Cricut Explore Air. I don't have the Cricut Explore Air 2. So mine is just the first button on, like, in the row of buttons on the right hand side. So you would click that, and then you also want to make sure that you put your mat shiny side down and not shiny side up for the iron-on. And you can see it once you've, not the mat, sorry, the vinyl. Once you take the vinyl out, you can see what that looks like, which one's shinier, which one's not. I was trying to show you on here, but the light was flashing, so they both look shiny. But here is how you load the mat. So here's the mat loaded with the shiny side down, and it's actually cutting the monster cars, which I did for my younger son. So once it's done, you hit that little button to release it, and here's me designing the monster cars, just so you can kind of have an idea of how that works. And then when I'm weeding them, this is a tedious process. So first I take off the vinyl, then I get out the parts that I don't want, and here's kind of what it looks like. Once it's done, there you go. And they're ready for my heat press. So heat press, like I said, is the Cricut heat press. I'm waiting for it to heat up to 180. I have the Cricut mat underneath, and you want to make sure you put now you're doing the other way around, where the shiny side is up and the sticky side is down. So that's how you get it on. So just make sure that the sticky side is down. And then you just have to make sure that you're applying even pressure. I use these little Teflon sheets. I actually know if they do anything or not, but it does recommend that you use something, so I bought those Teflon sheets. And here's the finished project. The kids loved them. I think they turned out well. As you can see, I didn't weed everything out there, so I have some green spots. And because I did black on white, I had to layer it. So if you liked what you see and you liked my channel, please make sure you do subscribe and hit the little bell so that you get notifications when I have new videos. And please feel free to comment if you have any tips for me or anything like that. Thank you.